Next, specification number 3 states, understand diffusion as the net movement of molecules or ions from a region of their higher concentration to a region of their lower concentration, that is down a concentration gradient, as a result of their random movement. Alright, let's talk about diffusion. So, diffusion is basically the movement of particles from a place where they're highly concentrated to a place where their concentration is lower. This happens because particles are constantly moving randomly, and they naturally spread out to even things up. It's important to note that diffusion always occurs down a concentration gradient, meaning it goes from high to low concentration. Now, if you look at the diagrams here, you'll see how this works. In the first image, most particles are clumped together on one side. As time passes, they start spreading out, moving to areas where there are fewer particles. By the final image, the particles are evenly distributed across the container. That's diffusion in action. It's a simple concept, but it's a key process in both biology and chemistry, so make sure you understand it well. When particles are higher in concentration outside the cell and lower inside, they move into the cell through diffusion. This occurs down the concentration gradient, meaning the particles move from the area of higher concentration which is outside the cell to the area of lower concentration, inside the cell. If the particles are small and nonpolar, they can pass directly through the cell membrane via simple diffusion. For larger or polar molecules, they may require facilitated diffusion, where specialized proteins like channels or carriers help transport them across the membrane. This process does not require energy and continues until the concentration inside and outside the cell becomes balanced, achieving equilibrium. Diffusion plays a vital role in organisms by enabling the movement of substances across cell membranes. Small molecules like oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water pass through the membrane via simple diffusion, moving from areas of higher concentration to lower concentration without requiring energy. For example, during respiration, the cell uses oxygen, reducing its concentration inside the cell, causing oxygen to diffuse and to restore balance. Meanwhile, carbon dioxide produced as a byproduct of respiration accumulates inside the cell and diffuses out. The cell membrane's phospholipid bilayer allows small, nonpolar molecules to pass freely. As shown in the diagram, carbon dioxide particles diffuse from the cell into the cytoplasm. This process is crucial for maintaining homeostasis, obtaining nutrients, and removing waste. Diffusion is crucial for gas exchange in living organisms, allowing vital gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide to move across membranes based on concentration gradients. Small animals with a high surface area to volume ratio can exchange gases directly through their body surface, while larger animals require specialized organs like lungs or gills to efficiently facilitate diffusion. Plants also rely on diffusion, as carbon dioxide enters through stomata for photosynthesis and oxygen exits as a byproduct. The diagram on the right illustrates how oxygen diffuses from an area of higher concentration outside to a lower concentration inside for respiration, while carbon dioxide moves in the opposite direction to be expelled, highlighting the importance of diffusion in maintaining life processes for both animals and plants. Solutes move through different tissues in the body using various mechanisms such as diffusion and active transport, depending on the context. In plants, mineral ions diffuse across root tissues, and in some cases, active transport is used to absorb minerals from the soil, even when their concentrations are low. In the human body, water-soluble vitamins, like vitamin C, are absorbed by diffusion in the ileum into the bloodstream. In the kidneys, solutes like urea and mineral ions are reabsorbed through diffusion, while glucose, after being initially reabsorbed by diffusion, may also require active transport to ensure complete reabsorption. These diagrams reinforce the idea that solute absorption mechanisms vary depending on the substance and tissue, highlighting the importance of both diffusion and active transport in maintaining proper physiological functions.